Hello and welcome everyone, it's Vishal here, you watching the Tech Hutke. In today's video, we are going to solve another interesting lead code problem, which is determine if two strings are closed or not. So basically, what we need to decide whether we have been given two strings and we have to check whether those strings are closed or not. So what do we mean by closed strings? So basically, two strings are called closed if we can attain one from another using following operations. Means we are allowed to do only two kind of operation. First kind of operation is we can swap any two existing characters. Suppose A, B, C, D, E. So if we will swap B and E, we can attain this one A, E, C, D, B. So we can call these two as closed strings. Otherwise, we can transform every occurrence of one existing character into another existing character. So suppose it is A, C, A, B, B. So if we will swap all A with B, it will turn into C. A is replaced by B and B is replaced by A. So it will turn into B, B, C, B, A, A. Okay, got it? So if we can do this, those two strings are called closed. So how we are going to solve this problem? So basically, suppose take one example, AAC, ABB. AAC, ABB. And another is BBC, BAA. So can we get this one from this or this one from this? So if we will replace all A by B, see, if we will replace A by B and B by A, okay, we can attain each other. So this is our basic logic, that how we can call those, that two strings are close or not. So how we are going to solve this? So I am firstly thinking the basic conditions through which we can determine whether two strings are close or not. So first condition is these two strings must have the equal number of letters. So see here the number will be same 6. So first condition is equal length. Okay. Second condition is, see here A is thrice, B is twice and C is once. Here A is twice, B is thrice and C is once. So see, both of the words have same characters at all, no extra characters or no different characters. A, B, C. So same characters, they must have same characters. And the third thing is, see, forget about the order, but if we will sort this one 1 2 3 and 1 2 3, both of them have same occurrences of counts. Okay, so if we will sort the occurrences, if we will sort the count of each particular letter, they are similar, because see, if A will take place of B, see, they are getting swapped. So we can swap anyone with any letter with anyone. So in due to this one, we can get it in any order. So forget about order. We must have the same sequence in sorted order. So same sequence of count in sorted order. So we are going to check the first condition firstly in our code. So see, here is our working code. I have written this code earlier. So what I am doing, I am storing the length of first word in L1 and length of second word in L2, and I am firstly checking L1 is equal to L2 or not. If it is not equal, then both are not closed strings. Okay, so this condition is checked. Now we have to check whether they have same characters or not. So for this, I am creating basically a lookup table. What I am creating, I have created an array of 26 size, 26 length. Okay, what this array will do? Each index will represent one alphabet of English. Okay, one English alphabet. So A will be represented by 0 index, B will be represented by first index, C will be represented by second index, and D will be represented by third index, and so on. Okay, and whenever we encounter a particular letter, suppose word, the word is word or word is ant. So when we are going to encounter A in our word, okay, so we are going to increase the value of this particular, initially the value were 0. So we are going to increase the particular value of this field by 1. Okay, suppose we will have S, yeah, Adidas. Okay, so when first time we encountered A, the value of A became 1, and when second time we encountered A, the value of A will become 2. Okay, so is in similar way, whenever a word will be, a letter will be encountered, the count at that particular index will increase by 1. So how we are going to store? We are basically, let me show you firstly the code. See, so I have created two lookup table kind of array. This array is called lookup table. Okay, so I have created two, and whenever we are encountering a word, we are basically storing we are basically increasing the count at that particular index by 1. Why I have written ch minus 97? So let me explain this one. So basically ASCII value of A is 97. So if I will minus 97 from this, it will be 0. So the 0th index of array will represent the character A. So basically that's why I have I have subtracted 97 from here. Otherwise you can also subtract A, you will get the same value. So we can also write as ch minus A. This will have the same result. So now I have a particular array. Suppose our word was A B A A and A B A C and B A C C. Okay, so in first array A B C D E, in first array the value will be stored as A is 2, B is 1 and C is 1, and D is 0, E is 0, and so on 0. And in the second array the value will be stored as value of A will be 1, value of B will be 1, value of C will be 2. So now what we are going to do, we are going to basically check whether the same characters are present or not. So how we are going to check whether the same characters are present or not? So if a character is present in a particular word, the value of that that index, the value stored in that index will not be 0. So if there is 1, means that character is present in the string at least once. Okay, so we are going to check whether A is present in both of these strings or not. So see, the value of A is not null in both of them. Okay, B is also not null in both of them, C is also not 0 in both of them, but D is 0. So what we are going to check whether they contain same characters or not. If suppose the string will be like something like A B A C E. Okay, in that case, in this particular array the value will be 1. So what we are going to check whether both contains E or not. So in this case, see, this is 0 and this is not 0. It means that it has one mismatched character, one extra character. So in that case it should return false. That's why I have written whether count1 not equals to 0 and count1 equals to 0, means it is present in first array and not present in second array, or count2 not equals to 0 and count1 equals to 0, it means it is present in second array but not present in first array. In that case we have to return false strictly. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to basically sort the array. So I have checked this one, that same characters are present or not. So second condition is basically satisfied. Now, yeah, third condition, we have to check whether same sequence of count in sorted order. So if we will sort this one, it will come as 1 1 1 1 2 the for first array and 1 1 2 for second array. Okay, and even if some of the letters are missing, the sequence will be same if you will sort. Okay, so we are going to check whether these two are same or not. So we are going to check through this one. We have iterated from 0 to 26 index, means 25th index. Okay, and we are checking each and every element are same in sorted array or not. If they are not same, we are returning false, otherwise we are returning true. So now I am going to run this one and check whether our results come correctly or not, and what is the time complexity of this particular technique. So let's see. Now I am submitting this one, and as you can see that it is accepted, and the time complexity is basically, what do you think, what is the time complexity? So basically big O of n plus m, where n and m are length of strings. So basically in general we can say the time complexity is big O of n. And what is space complexity? Space complexity is big O of 1 basically, because we are going to use the constant space only. We are using 52 extra integers, means places for 52 extra integers, so it can be considered as constant space. So we are going to take big O of n and big O of 1. So this approach will give you the proper solution. There are several other approaches, I will tell you in a separate video. So hope you like this approach. If you like this video, please do like, comment and share, and please subscribe to our channel, because I am going to present the more tutorials for the data structures and algorithm in my channel in near future. Thank you.